I think it's a very important theme today, and especially what I liked was young India. Because we are talking about young India, we are not talking about old India. I think I was out of India for the last 4 years and I came back last year, and I found that a lot of old rules of the game are changing. I have 2 daughters, they work from home, they work from wherever they are. They shop while they are in the car. They do the shopping on the Flipkart or Snapdeal in the car. They don't have to go to malls. So many habits have changed. And clearly it means that technology is playing a fantastic role in this change. Luckily, our children, the youth of today, the population, and I'm focusing primarily on population between 20 and 30, because that is what will make India of tomorrow. I think that population is very, very different, very smart, very advanced, very technology savvy, very non-bureaucratic, very fast, and very forward-looking. So when we talk about workplace, I think we have to only talk about them, and that's why the young India is the right theme. Luckily, at the same time, the country is also changing. The new government is settling. Economy is opening up. We are expected to grow much faster than China in the next few years. And if all this comes true, India will have a golden decade in the next 10 years. What does a company want? And that's the first question I want to answer for you. Company wants 3 key objectives to be achieved. Number 1, faster growth than industry. So if industry is growing by 10%, a company will like to grow by 12%, 15%, so that we grow faster. If industry is growing by 50%, then the company will like to grow by 60, 70% or 100%. Like Airtel, I remember we grew by 100% a year many years. Second thing company wants is good margins, profit margins. And margins come from efficiency, productivity, and keeping the costs low. So if the industry margin is, like I'm again talking of telecom, if industry margin was 30%, Airtel did 40%. So margins have to be faster, better. And third, and most important, and it's not a financial parameter, it's about brand and reputation. So whatever brand you are building in your company needs to be bigger, better than others. And Airtel from ground zero became the number 1 brand of this country. So we tried to do all this in my company. But I think that was a different era. I think last 15 years, 20 years, we are actually 19 years old company. 19 years was different than next 19 years. I don't think Airtel, if Airtel was born again today, will do it in the same way. It has to be very different. Because today is a digital world. Those days it was a physical world. Today is a virtual world. Those days was again a physical world. I had to go everywhere physically to meet people. Whether it's Assam, Kashmir, Orissa, Bihar, Karnataka, everywhere I had to go physically. Even countries like Nigeria, physically you go meet people, meet dealers, meet employees. But not now. You can meet from your office. So I feel the management has to do the same thing with employees in the workplace. Because employees' expectations are that they should be well engaged, which means that they should know what is the direction of the company, where the company is going, what are the aspirations of the company, what is the strategy of the company, etc. Secondly, employees should be developed, training, development, rotation, so employees feel like getting more knowledge through training, development, whatever they are, whether they were 20 years back, 10 years back, or 10 years from now. And third, which is more a company expectation, that we want employee to be very, very productive. We'll prefer one employee for two employees. We don't mind paying that employee 1.5. So in 1.5, we have one employee who does the work of two. Hence we save 0.5 of compensation cost. So that is company expectation, and employees love it because, and that's what we did in Airtel. We tried to stretch the employee and have less employees rather than more employees, but give them more responsibilities and higher compensation so that they are eager to do more and be very productive. So those expectations remain the same, whether it's 20 years back or today. But I think the environment has changed. What does employee expect today from a workplace? Firstly, he or she expects the workplace to be virtual. I don't think workplace has to be physical. Workplace is your office, is your home, is a park or a beach. You know, I remember one of the friends of my daughter, she was working in Joburg in South Africa, and she got married in Cape Town. And in Cape Town, McKinsey, she's in McKinsey, so McKinsey don't have office in Cape Town. So McKinsey said, fine, go and work in Cape Town, and you'll be alone. Once a month come to Joburg, one day, and that's all. And she's as productive as she was in Joburg. There's no difference. Now, maybe all jobs can't be like this. There are jobs which can be like this, there are jobs which can't be like this. So one can't do it for every job. But still I'm saying this may not have happened 10 years, 20 years back. This is happening today. The second thing which employees want is high degree of responsiveness in the workplace. So if I ask for some support, if I ask for a decision as an employee, I need that decision in a matter of hours, not days, or minutes maybe. Responsiveness. That workplace is respected if it is responsive. So I think that's very, very important for a company. If company is slow, and if the workplace is slow, you had it. I don't think you can either acquire good talent or you can retain good talent. People don't like slow companies. And that's why public sector companies are in trouble. They are not able to attract good talent. I was in a public sector forum yesterday and I could see. Good talent goes to companies which are fast in responsiveness because they love speed. Young people love speed. Young people hate slow behavior. You know. The third thing which employees want is collegial environment. But what do I mean by collegial environment? In our company, for example, the junior most employee calls Sunil Mittal as Sunil, calls Manoj Kohli as Manoj. And we sit together, we eat together, we work together, we joke together, we eat, we dance together, we drink together. So it's collegial. There is no level, there is no gap, there is no you and we. It is flat. Only if it is collegial, young people will give their best. So workplace needs to be like that. It can't be too hierarchical, it can't be too bureaucratic, Otherwise, hence the office design itself should be very, very open. You know, if the office design is not open, if it is too into compartments, into cabins, I don't think young people like that. And that workplace will be rejected. So office design has to reflect the openness, the youthfulness, the responsiveness, and finally the collegial environment in the company. Another thing company employees want is clarity. By clarity, I mean, where are we going? Where is the company going? How is the company going there? What is my role in that direction, in that strategy? What am I expected to do? Please give me very clear targets. Don't tell me that you will measure me on something else at the end of the year. Please tell me very clearly, what will you measure me against? So that at the start of the year I can make my goals and you can appraise my goals, you can measure my goals every quarter. So clarity. And if you get clarity, if they get clarity, they are very happy. If they don't get clarity, and many times that happens in some old companies, they are very, very unhappy and hence they leave. So I think I'm trying to simplify the emerging workplace. And the most important thing which the management has to take care is the guys at the senior level like me have to proactively change. Because I started my career nearly 36 years back. And 36 years back when I started in Dorada Sugar Works in Meerut, near Meerut, the organization culture, the workplace culture was so different. And you know sugar mills are one of the most backward places to work in. So one has to change very, very fast with the times, with the technology. And if you don't, if the senior management doesn't change, then it can easily slow down the organization, slow down the business. It can harm the business actually. So therefore, I'll say the responsibility of this workplace to be responsive, high performance, very clear, very collegial, depends on senior management. If senior management wants it, it will happen. If it doesn't want it, it will not happen. You can't blame the employees. Employees are recipients of your decision, or they are recipients of your policy and way of working.